Every Saturday morning, 5-year-old Amy Adams and her dad, Michael, embarked on their customary visit to the nearby supermarket. This ritual had become their cherished bonding time following the passing of Amy's mother 2 years earlier. For Michael, these moments with his daughter held immense value and provided solace amidst their shared loss. "Daddy, can I get the rainbow cereal?" Amy would inquire excitedly, her finger pointing at the colorful boxes on the shelf. Michael would respond with a warm smile. "Of course, sweetheart." In the routine of their errands, they found comfort and joy in each other's company, relishing the simple pleasures of their weekend tradition. As they neared the checkout counter, Amy's eyes sparkled with joy. "Hi, Miss Evelyn," she greeted cheerfully, waving at the cashier. Miss Evelyn, a woman in her early 30s known for her warm smile and gentle demeanor, returned the greeting with equal enthusiasm. "Hello, Amy. How are you today?" Evelyn asked kindly, scanning Amy's items. Amy's face lit up even more. "Good. Daddy got me my favorite cereal. I'm so happy," she exclaimed, proudly displaying the box in her hands. During a routine grocery checkout, Amy surprised Michael and Evelyn by blurting out, "Thank you, Mom." Michael exchanged a puzzled glance with Evelyn, who smiled knowingly. "She's got quite the imagination," he remarked, trying to downplay the situation. Evelyn's smile held a trace of something mysterious in her eyes as she responded gently, "Kids do say the darndest things." Michael couldn't shake off the feeling that there was a deeper meaning behind Amy's slip of the tongue, but decided to let it pass, reassured by Evelyn's calm demeanor. As they headed home, Michael gently questioned Amy about why she referred to Evelyn as Mom. Amy's answer was straightforward. Evelyn's kindness and resemblance to their late mother prompted her to use the term. Michael, though touched, attributed it to Amy's yearning for their mom and assured her gently, holding her hand reassuringly. "I get it, sweetheart," he murmured softly. "But Evelyn is a good friend, okay?" Amy nodded in response, yet Michael sensed her thoughts lingered on the topic. Over the following weeks, Amy consistently addressed Evelyn as Mom during their trips to the supermarket, a habit that didn't go unnoticed by Michael. One day, Evelyn caught Michael in a contemplative moment and inquired about his thoughts. "Just trying to unravel what's going on in that little head of hers," Michael responded, masking his curiosity with a gentle smile. On a Saturday morning, as Amy browsed through cereal boxes, Michael seized the chance to speak with Evelyn. "I hope Amy's remarks haven't bothered you," he ventured, a note of concern in his voice. Evelyn responded with a gentle smile. "Not at all. She's such a dear." "Children often say the most unexpected things, don't they?" Michael nodded, visibly relieved. "Indeed, they do." Yet, despite Evelyn's reassurance, Michael couldn't shake a lingering unease about Amy referring to Evelyn as Mom. It nagged at him, stirring up worries that even evoked memories of his late wife, Karen. Michael first encountered Karen during their college years. She exuded radiance, her laughter effortlessly brightening any room. Instantly captivated, Michael nervously asked, "Can I buy you a coffee?" Karen's response was a warm smile. "Only if you join me." This simple exchange blossomed into numerous dates, forging an inseparable bond between them. When Karen discovered she was pregnant with Amy, their happiness overflowed. Together, they adorned the nursery in gentle pastels, selecting every detail with care, imagining the joy their daughter would bring. Karen, her hand on her swelling belly, whispered, "She's going to adore this." Karen's life took a dramatic turn with a cancer diagnosis, leaving Michael devastated. He vowed to support her through the fight, masking his own fears beneath a facade of reassurance. Despite Karen's resilience during treatments, the disease advanced, compelling Michael to shoulder additional duties at home while offering unwavering care to Amy and steadfast support to Karen. Karen's last days were filled with emotional turmoil. Throughout it all, Michael remained steadfast, offering solace and affection by her bedside. "Promise me you'll watch over Amy," Karen pleaded softly. "Forever," Michael replied with a trembling voice. After her passing, grief engulfed him. The funeral passed in a haze of sorrow and sympathetic embraces. Michael often found himself lost in grief. "Daddy, why isn't Mommy coming back?" Amy asked innocently. Michael hugged her tightly. "Mommy's watching over us from heaven, sweetie." He focused on creating a stable environment for Amy, maintaining routines, and ensuring she felt loved and secure. Michael dedicated himself to being the best father he could be. He learned to braid Amy's hair, made her favorite meals, and read bedtime stories every night. "You're the best, Daddy," Amy said, kissing his cheek. He enrolled her in activities she enjoyed, attended every school event, and made sure she never felt alone. Their bond deepened, and slowly they began to heal together. Michael joined a support group for single parents. There he met others facing similar challenges. Sharing experiences and advice helped him navigate his new reality. "You're doing an amazing job," one parent told him. Michael found comfort in the group, realizing he wasn't alone. The support he received bolstered his confidence, helping him become more resilient for Amy's sake. Joining the support group only made him more confident in his ability to be the father that he wanted to be for Amy. With time, Michael found a new sense of purpose. He wanted to honor Karen's memory by giving Amy the best life possible. "We'll get through this together," he often told Amy. They developed new traditions, like Friday movie nights and weekend adventures. However, things were about to take a very strange turn for the father-daughter duo. Years passed, and Michael's dedication to Amy never wavered. He watched her grow into a bright, happy child, proud of the person she was becoming. "Mom would be so proud of you," he said, hugging her. Though Karen's absence was deeply felt, Michael found solace in the life they had built together. It was a typical Saturday morning when Michael and Amy first met Evelyn at the grocery store. She was the new cashier, with a warm smile and kind eyes. "Good morning," she greeted them cheerfully. Amy, clutching her favorite cereal box, smiled back. "Hi, I'm Amy," she said brightly. "Nice to meet you, Amy," Evelyn replied. Michael noticed how Evelyn's gentle demeanor made Amy feel at ease immediately. Over the next few weeks, Michael and Amy continued their Saturday morning routine. They always went through Evelyn's checkout line, and a friendship quickly formed. "How was school this week, Amy?" Evelyn would ask. "It was great. I learned about dinosaurs," Amy would excitedly respond. Evelyn's kindness and warmth made a big impression on Amy. "Daddy, Evelyn is so nice. I like talking to her," Amy said one day as they left the store. Michael nodded. "She is very nice, isn't she?" Amy's happiness was infectious, and Michael found himself looking forward to their weekly grocery trips more and more. One Saturday, as they were checking out, Amy blurted out, "Thank you, Mom." The words hung in the air, leaving Michael and Evelyn stunned. Michael's face turned red with embarrassment. "Amy, why did you say that?" he asked gently as they walked to the car. Amy shrugged. "She's nice, like a mom." Michael didn't know how to respond. The following week, Michael approached Evelyn at the checkout. "I hope Amy calling you Mom didn't make you uncomfortable," he said, trying to sound casual. Evelyn smiled softly. "Not at all, Michael. Amy is a sweet girl. It's actually quite flattering." Though relieved, Michael still felt a knot in his stomach. Michael couldn't shake the unease that had settled in his mind. Each time Amy called Evelyn Mom, the discomfort grew. Evelyn seemed kind, but Michael's protective instincts were on high alert. He started watching their interactions more closely, looking for any sign that something was amiss. Michael's thoughts became consumed with suspicion. Am I overreacting? He wondered. But the doubt lingered. He noticed how Amy's face lit up around Evelyn and how she talked about her incessantly. Evelyn said this. Evelyn did that, Amy would say. Michael's worry turned into an obsession. Michael decided to confide in a close friend, hoping for reassurance. Do you think it's weird that Amy is so attached to Evelyn? He asked. His friend frowned. Kids do get attached to people, but if it makes you uncomfortable, maybe you should distance yourselves a bit. He resolved to limit their interactions with Evelyn, despite knowing it would upset Amy. Michael began avoiding the grocery store where Evelyn worked. Why can't we go see Evelyn? Amy asked, disappointment clear in her voice. Michael forced a smile. We're trying a new store, sweetie. Sometimes that store is a bit expensive. Amy's sadness tugged at his heart, but his fear overshadowed everything else. Amy's unhappiness grew with each passing week. I miss Evelyn, Daddy. I wonder how she is. She must miss me too, she would say, her eyes filling with tears. He wanted to protect his daughter, but seeing her so upset broke his heart. I know, sweetheart, he said, hugging her tightly. The guilt and fear gnawed at him, making it difficult to sleep. One Saturday, unable to resist the pull of curiosity, Michael drove past the grocery store. As they approached, he saw Evelyn standing outside, looking around expectantly. Her expression was one of sadness and longing. She seemed to be waiting for them. What if Evelyn was a danger to them? Something just didn't sit right with him. Michael's mind raced with conflicting emotions. He felt horrible for avoiding Evelyn, yet the fear that she might have ulterior motives gnawed at him. Daddy, can we go see Evelyn? Amy asked from the back seat, her eyes hopeful. Michael forced a smile. Not today, sweetie. We'll go somewhere else. Amy's disappointment was palpable, deepening Michael's internal struggle. That evening, Michael called his sister, Laura, seeking advice. Laura, I'm really worried about this woman at the grocery store. Amy's too attached to her, he explained. Laura listened patiently. Have you talked to Evelyn about your concerns? Michael sighed. Yes, but I still feel uneasy. I saw her waiting for us today. She looked so sad. Laura pondered. Maybe she just misses you both. But trust your instincts, Michael. If things don't look or seem right, then they probably aren't. Michael decided to dig deeper into Evelyn's background. He spent hours online searching for any information about her. Michael felt conflicted, his fears still unresolved. Was she just an innocent woman? Or was she trying to do something sinister to his family? The more Michael avoided the store, the more Amy's unhappiness grew. I miss Evelyn, Daddy, she said, tears welling up in her eyes. Michael felt his resolve waver. Seeing Amy so upset was tearing him apart. I know, sweetheart, he said, holding her close. We'll figure something out. Michael finally decided to take Amy back to the grocery store. As soon as they walked in, Amy spotted Evelyn and ran to her, squealing with joy. Evelyn, I missed you, she cried, hugging her tightly. Unbeknownst to Michael, Evelyn handed Amy a small teddy bear and whispered something in her ear. Amy nodded seriously, clutching the bear tightly. As they walked out, Amy's smile was brighter than ever. Evelyn gave me a teddy bear, Daddy, she exclaimed, showing it off proudly. Michael smiled. That's very nice of her. He felt a twinge of guilt for keeping them apart, but he knew that maybe he had done the right thing. That night, after dinner, Amy approached Michael with the teddy bear and a note. "Daddy, Evelyn asked me to give you this. Can you read it to me?" she asked. Michael unfolded the note, his heart sinking as he read the words, "You remind me of the daughter I lost. You are precious. Thank you for your friendship. It means the world to me." He looked at Amy, her eyes wide with innocence. His heart sank. Evelyn was a grieving mother who had lost her daughter. Michael's heart ached as he read the note. He realized how much Evelyn must have suffered, and how special Amy's friendship was to her. He felt a deep sense of remorse for having doubted Evelyn's intentions. "Evelyn really cares about you, Amy," he said softly. Amy nodded. "I care about her too, Daddy." Michael hugged her tightly, making a silent vow to make things right. The next day, Michael went to the grocery store alone. He found Evelyn at her usual spot. "Evelyn, can we talk?" he asked. Evelyn looked surprised, but nodded. "I owe you an apology. I let my fears get the best of me and kept Amy away. I'm so sorry." Evelyn's eyes softened. "I understand, Michael. You were just protecting her. I would have done the same." Evelyn's forgiveness lifted a weight off Michael's shoulders. They talked for a while, sharing their experiences and fears. "I never meant to cause any harm. She just reminded me of Emma. Everything about her. I just miss my little girl so much, I guess," Evelyn said. Michael nodded. "I know that now. Thank you for being so understanding." They agreed to move forward, rebuilding their trust and allowing Amy to continue her friendship with Evelyn. Michael and Amy resumed their regular visits to the grocery store. Each time, Amy and Evelyn's bond grew stronger. "Look, Evelyn, I drew this for you," Amy would say, proudly presenting her artwork. Evelyn's face would light up. "It's beautiful, Amy. Thank you." Michael watched these interactions with a newfound appreciation, grateful for the positive influence Evelyn had on Amy. Michael decided to take Amy to the park, inviting Evelyn to join them. The weather was perfect, with a gentle breeze and clear skies. Amy and Evelyn ran ahead to the playground, their laughter filling the air. Michael found a bench nearby, watching them play. He noticed how well they really got along with each other. He smiled. It was heartwarming to see Amy so happy. Over the next few weeks, Michael and Evelyn organized several little get-togethers for Amy. They visited different parks, had picnics, and even spent a day at the zoo. Amy and Evelyn grew closer with each outing, and their friendship blossomed. Evelyn and Michael also found themselves enjoying each other's company more and more. They shared stories and laughed together, strengthening their bond with each get-together. As the weeks passed, Michael and Evelyn's friendship deepened. They started spending time together outside of the grocery store. "It's nice to have someone who understands," Michael said one day. Evelyn smiled. "It really is. I'm glad we're friends, Michael." Their shared experiences of loss, and thus created a strong bond between them. Michael didn't know what was happening, but he could understand why his daughter liked Evelyn so much. He, too, was starting to like her very much. One evening, after a particularly enjoyable playdate, Michael and Evelyn found themselves alone, talking on the porch. "You've been such a positive influence on Amy," Michael said. Evelyn smiled. "She's a wonderful girl. I'm lucky to know her." Their conversation flowed naturally, and Michael felt a connection he hadn't felt in a long time. They both realized their friendship was turning into something more. Michael never thought that he would feel like this after losing his wife, but he couldn't deny the feelings that were developing. Michael nervously asked Evelyn out on a date. "Would you like to go to dinner with me sometime?" he asked, his heart pounding. Evelyn smiled. "I'd love that, Michael." Their first date was a simple dinner at a local restaurant, but it was filled with laughter and meaningful conversation. They discovered more about each other, and the spark between them grew stronger. Evelyn was able to open up and tell Michael about the tragic loss of her husband and daughter in a car crash. Michael decided it was time to tell Amy about his growing feelings for Evelyn. "Sweetie, I want to talk to you about something," he began. Amy looked up curiously. "Evelyn and I really like each other, and we've decided to start dating." Amy's eyes lit up. "Really, Daddy? That's great! I love Evelyn." Michael felt a wave of relief. "I'm glad you're happy, Amy, because I'm really happy too. I want to see where this will take us as a family." Michael and Evelyn's relationship blossomed. They spent more time together and created new traditions. They took trips to the park, had movie nights, and shared many happy moments. "We're a team now," Michael said one evening, holding Evelyn's hand. Evelyn smiled. "Yes, we are." Their love and commitment to each other strengthened their bond, providing a stable and loving environment for Amy. As the months passed, Michael, Evelyn, and Amy became a close-knit family. They supported each other through life's challenges, celebrated each other's successes, and created countless cherished memories. "I'm so glad we found each other," Michael said one day, looking at his happy family. Evelyn nodded. "Me too. We've built something beautiful." Surrounded by love and laughter, they knew they had found a forever family.